Good morning. How are my loyal listeners and faithful followers and current and future subscribers? I think that covers everybody, doesn't it? I hope your day is going well. How are my... Yesterday was quite frustrating for a few reasons. The first of those is that I experienced two major crashes during the live stream, one of which necessitated I have to restart the live stream. I have been told that, in fact, the Long Dark is not unknown for such things. I have one correspondent. I'll try and remember. Oh, that's disconcerting. I have one correspondent, Fairy Dust 86, I think, who told me that they were experiencing this problem on a regular basis. So, what I've done to see if it makes any difference, I remembered something my son told me when we were putting this computer together last year, and that is he recommended not running Linux versions of games. He recommended running the Windows version via the Proton compatibility tool. He said that in his experience games tended to run better under Linux in that fashion. And in fact, this is a Linux box. So I checked, and sure enough, I was running the Linux version of the Long Dark. So what I did was I switched over to the Windows version, running Proton 9.0-4, I think. It so far offers one major advantage. I can actually put a frame rate cap on the game. And you may think, well, why would I do that? Well, I'm streaming. I don't really need more than 60 frames a second. And it reduces the load on the GPU and CPU, which is always a good thing. So, that is one change I've made, and we shall see how that works. The good news is, by the way, that my game saves were saved to the Steam cloud, so everything transferred over, hopefully without a problem. We'll see. So that's the technical aspect of it. The gameplay aspect was also frustrating. Attempts to explore Forlorn Muskeg have proved distinctly frustrating. At one point, the travois despawned. That's not helpful. I'm told that it will reappear at certain houses with a red box, but I don't wish to go hunting for that house with a red box. Not when I'm in the middle of the Forlorn Muskeg and I've got my survival gear stuck on the travois. Whether or not this change will make any difference, I have no idea. The second thing is, I couldn't get to where I wanted to go, not with the travois I couldn't, which kind of negates the whole benefit of taking the blasted thing with me. I did get mauled by a wolf, so my condition is not fantastic. However, I did achieve level 5 with revolver shooting. So I am now wondering what I should do. Should I try and resume exploration of the Forlorn Muskeg and simply go the other way round? I could do that, I guess. Or do something else. To be honest with you, given my experience of the Forlorn Muskeg so far, I'm not really particularly inclined to try surviving there. Anyway, let's be about it. Let's see what happens next. I mean, if nothing else, I've got to get my condition back up. So this is the good part. You can see my saves are there. That's good. I've already checked, they do work. And so here we are, back where we started. Well, ended yesterday. Oh, yes, I'm in pain, aren't I? Let's see if we crash on exiting. I did not. That's a good thing. Hello. That's interesting. Is it me? Or does it seem to be running more smoothly? I mean, it shouldn't be, technically, but that is kind of it does seem to be running a bit more smoothly, maybe? Am I imagining things? Answers in the comments below. Or in chat. That is Alright. I don't see any huge difference in the graphics. I wonder how performance is. Let's I'm going to try something here. Yeah, it does that. Let's put vertical sync on. See how this behaves. Okay. I'm not seeing any huge difference in performance, to be honest. In fact, it might be faster. That's maybe I might be imagining things. It's certainly no worse. So going from native Linux to running Windows under the Proton compatibility layer seems to be working at least as well. Okay. I'm just going to switch this back to running at 60 frames a second, because I don't need to run any faster for this. Yeah. Now I'll tell you one thing I haven't really tried it per se, but the Linux version running at 60 frames a second, granted with a 60 Hz refresh rate, would cause screen tearing and quite visible screen tearing. This is not. I will have to try running at 60 Hz and switch the switch vertical sync on to see if that helps, or what happens when I do that. That is pretty good. Graphic settings, by the way, are exactly the same. In other words, everything's set to max. And I just realized I'm running, hang on, yeah, that's all there. I thought I was running with anti-aliasing switched off, and post FX was switched off, and I'm getting nearly 120 frames a second. This seems to be better than the Linux version. Well, that is okay. Oh, that's actually quite interesting. Good morning, Danny. How are you doing? I'm just rambling about the difference between the Linux version of the Long Dark and the Windows version. Because what I'm doing is running the Windows version under Linux via Proton, and so far I think it does a much better job. I'd have to quantify it, but so far, yeah, I mean that's pretty good. I don't know whether the graphics are any different. I'm not very good at observing that kind of thing, so. But I don't get to complain so far. I need to go in and out of doors, see whether I can induce a crash. Yeah. I shall have to have a geek moment with my son later and tell him that it seems he was correct. At least with regard to the Long Dark. Running the Linux version actually doesn't give me the same degree of options. Just having the ability to put a frame rate cap on there is useful. That is truly useful. Rather than using the monitor's vertical sync to control the frame rate, having that's very nice, and that might explain why I think it seems to be running more smoothly. Yes, actually, now that I think about it, that might well explain that, because the system can accommodate different scenes, different things I'm looking at, different effects, and it maintains at a rock solid 60. If it was free to change the frame rate up to the vertical sync, you might well see, if not stuttering, then you would probably notice the frame rate changing, because it did. It would change from between 120 frames a second and drop down to 100 frames a second. And that is a nearly 15%, 20% change. You would probably notice that. But if you're running at 60 frames a second the entire time, everything's going to look stable, which I do value. So this is nice. Okay. Alright. Well, I'm just walking around looking at things now. Huh. That is good. That is good. And like I say, I don't see any... The fuzzing around the edges, by the way, is because Mackenzie's in pain from his last mauling. Oh, and I need to see what it is I need to fix, don't I?
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
Okay, what do I need to fix? Because I know I do need to fix stuff. Rabbit skins. I need rabbit skins. Hello, rabbit skins. Do I have any rabbit skins anywhere? Oh, yes, I know where they are. Alright. Yes, let's grab a couple of those and one of those. Let's fix my hat, because... Yes. Let's repair that. Yay! Alright, what else do I need to fix? Okay! Gloves. All about fixing the gloves. Okay, what else? Deerskin. I need deerskin. I have a deerskin. I know I have a deerskin on here. I have at least 2, actually. I think. Oh, no, I've only got 1. Alright. The deerskin on the travois is for fixing the travois. So, that's... Ooh. Okay, that's no big deal. I will... Oh, moose hide is cured. That's good. Alright, I will nick my deerskin off the travois and use that. And that's good. You've got enough there to make some very useful stuff. Oh, I need more gut. That's alright, I have gut. Okay. Let's see. Those are in good condition. Okay, the wolfskin pants need fixing.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
So far, that's new, that's new. Those are good. That's good. The bearskin's alright. That's fine. What are my socks like? Actions. Let's repair my socks. Oh, I need another pair. At some point, I need more improvised crampons. That's as low as I've ever had them, and oh, there are no actions. Now my heart is in my throat every time I exit that door.
Someone's gotta go.
And he's very tired, which is good. So, time to sleep through the night. So yes, Danny, you've got enough to make... Actually, you should have enough to make pants and boots. And those are very useful things. I think it's 3 for each. What did that say? 384 hours? 384 days? Oh, we have an aurora. I haven't been up. When was the last time I sort of went outside just to admire the aurora? It's been a while. Yes. One must never overlook or underestimate the ability of the waddle. I've been up there. Lights on the mountain. That's the... I got stuck up in there in the middle of a blizzard. That was interesting. And it occurs to me that the moose might be scheduled for respawning today. Do I want another moose? Couldn't hurt, I suppose. Well, at least I got my condition back.
Too heavy.
I was very pleased that my saves transferred over between versions. I had actually mentally said, you know, if for whatever reason it doesn't pull the saves off the cloud, I'll just restart on Interloper. But fortunately, my saves came back. So, because when you do that, if you're running Linux and you go to Steam and you say force compatibility tool, essentially switching from the Linux version, which is what I had, and then saying, right, I want you to run through the Proton compatibility layer, that forces a reinstallation of the game. So, and there was a minor concern in the back of my head that maybe the saves wouldn't work or something daft, but logic said they should. Now, of course, logic saying they should doesn't really mean anything, but it worked. As long as I don't have a corrupt save file or something, in which case I'm... I am messed. What's he carrying? Oh, it's not too overweight. Yeah, I can fix some of that. So, what am I going to do? I don't really... I've had enough of the Forlorn Muskeg, to be honest with you. It's... Wow, that really does seem smooth. I hope I'm not imagining it. What was I going to do? I was going to dump charcoal. And I could drop that, I suppose, but I don't particularly want to. If I drop that, I'm going to forget it. And I don't want to put it on the travois because I'll lose it. There's a chance that, well, I won't lose it, it'll just go off somewhere. Which I don't want it to do. Why am I carrying snares? Don't really need rabbits, do I? I need to sharpen things. Have I got another hatchet around? Probably. Yeah, if I dropped that, I'd be... Ooh. Here's a mental note. Don't reload your revolver necessarily in a house. Ooh, hang on, I forgot to check. Yeah, I've reloaded the few times and the shell casings sort of fell through the house or fell through the floor, which did not encourage me at all. Well, what I could do... Oh, I'm already carrying quite a bit of this stuff. What I could do is go and see if I can get ptarmigan again. Well, I'd summon up the courage to go back to... Do I want... I really don't... I've had enough of the Forlorn Muskeg. It has been a profound pain to me. Ooh. I know what I'm going to do. I am going to force a save so that in the event this travois despawns, I can reload. I don't want to go running around trying to figure out
Wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
where the house is with the red box, because I don't... Oh, actually there is a red... I think, does one of the cabins over there have a red box? I don't remember for sure. Don't let me forget, it's there. Alright, let's see if I can get some ptarmigan. Again. Oh. I saw that deer, and for half a second I thought, oh no, please no, not the moose again.
Too much stuff to carry.
Huh. You can see my frame rate, top left hand corner. It looks like you can. Very small lettering on my preview screen here. It's actually kind of amusing to watch because you can see when it drops, drops a frame and then goes back up again. Yeah, that's classic. That's it, basically. Trying the frame rate. Whenever it drops down, it was slightly quick on the previous frame, and then so it adjusts. I don't know whether I've seen it in other games sort of kick up to 61 or 62 and then drop down. It's that whole up and down by a frame or so is classic, dealing with the frame cap. You see it in Minecraft. I think you see it in any game that does frame caps. So I think the wolves down here are all dead, aren't they now? Of course, now that I said that, I'll probably run into one, but I think the last one here got shot and ran off, and I don't... Yes, I did find it. I think I did find it. I must admit, no, I keep saying that, I must admit, there's one thing I would like to see in this game, and that is the ability to construct a few things. I mean, I actually kind of appreciate that you don't have the classic building and crafting mechanisms you see in other survival games, but under the circumstances, being able to build an A-frame, that might be useful. Mind you, you can build a snow shelter, but an A-frame would be nice. Although I suppose they kind of... Yeah, the snow shelter's probably good enough. I'm just being picky. Yeah, the snow shelter's fine, now that I think about it. My only problem with the snow shelter is that I didn't use it properly when I was wearing frozen clothing. That's just why I got frostbite. One of the reasons I found yesterday frustrating wasn't actually the events of yesterday. As frustrating as they were, it was actually the fact that I felt slightly betrayed, because I found the game to be surprisingly stable and well behaved. I haven't had any particular problems with it, apart from the odd crash. Ah, there's a ptarmigan. So in a way, yesterday felt quite a bit like a betrayal. Oops, that's a bit steep. Ah, there's the wolf. Wow, he's coming a long way after me. That's a long way for that wolf to come. I've never seen a wolf come all that way, unless I'm just haven't noticed, but that's a long way for it to come. Oh, I didn't want to use the hacksaw. Never mind. I didn't want to use the hacksaw. Actually, the hacksaw's not a bad tool for that, because it means that it means I save my knife. All right, let's go. What was I doing? Going after ptarmigan, wasn't I? Uh. One day, probably soon, I'm going to find out what that kind of encounter is like in Interloper. I'm not sure I'm looking forward to that. Yes. When I first started, I accidentally started making... I was making deerskin pants. And because I wasn't paying attention, I accidentally started making deerskin boots. After I'd started making the deerskin pants. That was irritating. Hello? Why are there crow feathers here? That's odd. Oh. Came all this way and the ptarmigan have... Where did the ptarmigan all go? Oh well. That was a completely wasted trip. So, let me see. If I start heading back in the coastal highway direction, I do have the possibility of going back to the cannery because I've got a whole bunch of stuff to reload. Let me check something here. I'm trying to remember, where did I have a little tickle in my memory that says, didn't I have some stump remover at the dam? So let's see if I can find that. Here's another one for you. Why don't they have a portable reloading kit? You can do that, you know. You don't have to go to a reloading bench and everything they've got here. You know, if you have a bullet mold and some lead and a fire, you can mold more bullets. You don't need a you don't need a furnace for that. There are literally portable reloading tools which are designed for you to take with you so that you can reload your ammunition. Okay, I wouldn't recommend doing it by the campfire for obvious reasons, but you know, you can do things like that. Oh, hello. What did I leave here? rancid, rancid, and rancid. Let's have a little look around here, see if I
I
can
need to drop something.
remember what I've got. Ooh. Take the... another hunting knife. Nope, that's not worth keeping. Oh, that was a sewing kit that... yep, ruined. Emergency stim. Do I need a mountaineering rope? Okay. Maybe I was thinking of the tin of coffee, because I thought I remembered leaving something there, but I'm not seeing... Oh, there's another hunting knife. Heh, take that one. Drop that one. Alright. I was wrong. Ooh, do I want... Nope. Humming and hurrying to myself.
I might have to drop some gear.
You should really stop complaining, Mackenzie. The amount of time we've spent carrying you... dragging you around with overloaded everything. Have you forgotten the time you had broken ribs and set off across the ocean in Coastal Highway to do that trade so you could make wolfskin pants? Boy, we were overloaded. Had to take a battery and lantern oil and I forget what else. And those batteries are not light. Yeah, I'm pretty certain I've checked that vehicle. Yeah, these things, they're heavy. I think they're 15 kilograms. Do I want to check the to see if the DLC left me anything useful?
Something's gotta go.
Oh. Are you telling me that I haven't searched in here? Ah, that comes as a heck of a surprise. I thought I'd searched in here. I have not.
This'll come in handy.
Oh, I have no objection to having 2 balaclavas. What's that? No. Are you telling me that I spent all this time here and I never checked? Oh, excuse me a second. I just got to change my key bindings. Where's crouch? Yeah. Here we go. That's better. I forgot it would lose my key bindings. I find it very hard to believe that I didn't check here before.
All this gear is slowing me down.
So, in principle, I think all the wolves are dead between me and the ranger station. I nearly said something highly ill-advised just then. I nearly accidentally invoked Murphy's Law, which I must remember not to do. Yeah, I've got loads of time. Oh, that's very strange. My game is now running at 144 frames a second. What? I suspect it's because I came to this menu. Yeah, that is something I've come across before, where the frame rate doesn't stay where you set it. It's not just this game. It seems to be... But that was 140 frames a second? Aye. That's not something the Linux version could do. I mean, the Linux version could hit that with the previous... before the graphics upgrade, but it certainly couldn't do it after the graphics update. It was struggling to hit 120, and that was hitting 140? Okay. Yep, switching over to this makes sense. Switching over to the Windows version and running Proton makes sense. Huh. I definitely have to tell my son about that. I share geek moments with him sometimes. Now, I am suffering flashbacks from the last time I was walking through bad weather and the antlers of a moose loomed up ahead of me, so... Yeah, okay. I mean, who would have thunk it? Windows running under Proton runs faster than Linux native. Oh no, you're kidding me. Oh. Thought I shot you. Are you really going to make a fuss over this? I really don't want to have to kill you, Mr. Wolf. I can't see him out the window, can I? Can I jump up onto the seat and take a look? Are you sure you want to do this? What did I damage? Nope. Okay, that needs fixing, that's alright. Oh, that went down to decent. New. Okay, alright. Well, I'm getting too. If I have to run a different difficulty level, I'm going to be in so much trouble. But I could have sworn I'd shot that one. I thought I'd made this whole area between here and the ranger station clear. Oh, and at least I didn't have to shoot it with the rifle. Oh, it sounds like people are still doing renovations next door. Sounds like they started up again. Mental note to self, if I go into the settings menu, make sure I set the frame rate back to what I want it to be. The slightly odd thing, I suppose, is that if I alt... Oh! There's a dead wolf. Is that the one I just shot? Well, stabbed. Yep, it is. Oh, well, at least the weather improved while I was doing that. At least I can see further. Yes, if you can hear the thumping noise, it's the renovations next door. They've been doing them off and on for a few months now. It's at times like this I suddenly start saying, am I going the right way? It's never a good thought to have. I do find it... This is just me. Okay, it's not rational. I do find it quite easy sometimes to get lost in video games. Even ones I know fairly well. And I've been up and down this railway line so many times, it's ludicrous. And yet I still have moments like that where I say to myself, am I going the right way? I once went completely the wrong way across the map because I thought I knew where I was going. I mean, the good news is if I do manage to get myself completely lost, it's no big deal, because I, in principle, know this map fairly well. Fairly. With the emphasis on the fairly, which should not be regarded as me being authoritative about it or anything. moment I say something like that, I'm almost guaranteed I'm going to invoke Murphy's Law. Oh, hang on a second. Oh yeah, no. Alright. I just wondered, am I walking around here leaving a blood trail? No, I'm not. He just gave me bruising, didn't he? I don't have a spare bearskin anywhere, do I? I probably ought to try and find out where the bear is here. I know there is a bear here. How overladen am I? Massively. Yeah, okay. Well, not massively. Significantly. If I was climbing slopes, I'd be a little worried. Yeah, so the one disadvantage I have found so far about switching to the Windows version and running Proton, if I Alt-Tab, it minimises the screen. That is a little irritating. Because that was useful. Alt-Tab, you pause the screen. Yeah, I don't know why Alt-Tab should be forced to minimize the screen. Minecraft does the same thing. Green Hell does the same thing. Sky does not. Sky Children of the Light, you can, there's not a problem. Although I am running that under a compatibility layer, I think. Yes, I am. There is no Linux version of Sky. That's where I go hunting for deer. And this is where I go hunting for moose. If it's around. Which it isn't, so... I should really try and find out where the bear is on this map. I'm told it's on the lake in the direction of the hydroelectric dam, so I should probably check that. Ooh. I heard a grunt. I'm pretty certain I did. Oh, it's deer. That's good. Oh, that's quite a pretty little picture. You know, I've got a suspicion the anti-aliasing and the filtering are actually making a visible difference. It's just that I can't quantify it. I am really surprised that having those options turned on and I was still running at 144 frames a second. I've never heard the bear snore in the game. Do you mean snorting? I think it's safe to assume that if you hear something strange, yeah, this is one of the rare occasions where Pascal's wager makes sense. If you hear a rustling in the bush, assume it's going to kill you. Yeah, we'll check out the bear. I think we'll do that. Not right now. Not this split second. My goodness, I've been going for an hour already. Okay, so what we're going to do is I am going to go and do my usual stretch.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Stretch, rehydrate, and everything else. I am actually going to go to the oh no, I don't want to do that, do I? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I can't pause. Never mind. We'll assume that pauses. So I'll be back in about 3 minutes, people, and we shall see if I can't find the bear on the lake, because I know there is one. Snoring outside of his cave. I have not seen that. Let's put that away. What time is it? It's getting late. And what am I carrying that's making... Oh, I know what I'm carrying. Gut and stuff. Let's drop this off. Why am I carrying a cured deer hide? That's weird. Oh, and simple tools. Yeah, which I don't really need. And drop that. So I only got it to tear apart. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Oh, I need food, don't I? I know I actually have dried bear meat on me, but I'm saving that. And the travois is still there. Thank goodness for that. Could have sworn that's water. Oh, that's pinnacle peaches. Oh, there's the water. I'm going to treat myself to an orange soda. Oh, and I ought to drop the... I heard this noise, and I think it's somebody using a drill upstairs. We're getting auroras with dreadful frequency here. I need to cook up water too, don't I? Oh, I've got about 7 litres in the travois, so I might be okay for that. Oh, 349 days, okay. I thought 380 seemed a bit high. Yeah. What am I thinking? I'm thinking something right now and I can't remember what I'm thinking. Ah, yes. That's what I was thinking. Right. Let's see. I haven't been on that part of the lake, so this should be interesting, if nothing else.
I need to drop something.
No, it's not that overladen. What am I carrying that I can drop? I don't want to drop that, I'll forget it if I do. You know, I might go... Tell you what, instead of going back to Coastal Highway, how about I go back to Pleasant Valley? Yeah, I could go back to Pleasant Valley, couldn't I? Go the long way, go through the dam and out the other side. I could do that. Because I do kind of want the stuff I've got, some of the stuff I've got there. Oh, I'm still carrying too much. Let me just sort that out. Let's drop this. And I need to fix my balaclava. Okay, that's my revolver
Bag
ammo.
is getting kind of heavy.
Alright, let's go see. So, I think the last time I think it was Bubba told me that the bear spawns off to my left, so the good news is if he's on the ice, I've got a pretty good shot of seeing it first. And then if I could lure it close enough to one of the fishing huts, that might be interesting. Well, easier, nothing else. Let me guess, that's one of my campfires there.
Something's got to go.
So I don't believe I have been down there very much. What's that? Oh. So, as I'm heading somewhere new, I should probably be on my guard. There's a deer. Don't think I've been down here at any rate. Yeah, I haven't. Oh! There's a bear cave. Pretty certain that's going to be a bear cave. Up there. I think that's right, isn't it? Oh no, different direction. No, it isn't. I'm just mentally turning it in my head. Yeah, that's up here. Okay. The only time I've seen a bear on the ice here was in someone else's video where they were showing off a one-shot kill with the bow from a fishing hut over there, and the bear actually came in from that direction. But if there's a cave up here ah, right. Yep, I haven't been here. I'm pretty certain. Don't do that. I'm talking to the deer. The thing is, I do not wish to risk, to be honest, even a single bear mauling. My limited experience of being mauled by bears is that they always come in twos. And Oh, there's a deer. If this is the bear area, which... Oh, there's rabbits. Oh, yes. I don't have 3 additional lives. As far as I'm concerned, if this is permadeath. I know you can sort of cheat that, but... well, not cheat it, they give you the option, don't they? I feel like a... This actually should linger on... I can make a mental note to come back at some point. So, if I haven't been here before, would the bear still have spawned? Ah. Well, Milton from here is not so easy. Well, it's straightforward. You have to go back through the region of the trapper's cabin, go through the cave. There is at least one climb. Well, that's what happens when you own cats or dogs. Wolf on the ice. Do you know, now I'm starting to second guess myself about that video I saw where the guy shot a bear on the lake here. He might actually have shot it from over there. But, it's been so long I couldn't find it. As I've said previously, during COVID I watched quite a bit of Long Dark. I can't remember the name of the creator. He was quite a successful one. He certainly had enough subscribers and possibly make a living out of it. Oh, that's useful. I did not know this. There's burdock here. I haven't actually been all the way down here, you see, so I didn't know that was there. I don't need it at this split second, but if I run out... Yeah, that's handy. There's all kinds of stuff over there. Oh, there's 2 climbs there. Yeah, that's the only problem I've got with going back to Milton from here. Hang on. Whoa. Well, that sounds like... It is. It's a ptarmigan. Oh, and there's a body. Which I've searched. I don't know when I searched it, but I searched it. But there's ptarmigan here. That's useful to know. Of course, they run off. Oh, they're still around. I can hear them. Where are you? Oh, there we go. Let's see. Yeah, they're skittish. Okay, so I must have been back out here some point and searched the body. Yeah. And didn't map the location. That was foolishness. Still. So, I should cheat, you know, and ask about the bear on Mystery Lake on in the wiki. You know, it's funny, sometimes it's nice just to have a bit of a wander. No stress. Well, I don't know whether it works, but my blue sky is linked in my information, so you could always send me a photo to Blue Sky. Possibly. Not sure how Blue Sky works, to be honest with you. I got Blue Sky because, well, Twitter replacement, but to be honest, I wasn't using Twitter, so... Of course, what I could do is load myself up with stinky fish and sort of stand in the middle here with the wind blowing that way, see whether or not that attracts any attention. It'll probably attract the attention of the wolves first. There's 2 wolves over there, and, well, 1 wolf and a deer. Oh, for half a second I thought... oh, that's the bear. No, it's a wolf. It's a wolf or a very small bear. And we're not likely to have a very small bear here because that particular species would not do well in this environment. I think it is honey bear, smallest, lightest bear in the world. 150, 180 pounds, something like that. Really quite tiny bears. Not cute at all. I think they're notorious for having some of the longest claws of any bear, and I don't think that's even proportional to their size. See if we can thread the needle. Well, that wasn't a particularly useful trip. I still haven't decided what I'm going to do next. If I go back to... Let me have a look, see, I think... Hang on. If I go back to Pleasant Valley, I do have, I think, some stump remover there, which I could use. I do have a wolfskin coat there as well. Is there a bear in... Yes, there is a bear in Pleasant Valley. Of course there is. I've shot it 3 times. Oh, the travois is still around. That's good. Yes, if somebody can tell me about the bear in Pleasant Valley, that might be interesting. Not Pleasant Valley, Mystery Lake. I mean, as I said, what's that? Yeah, I've been to the prepper cache. There wasn't anything interesting. That is... Hang on a second. Let me get myself oriented. Okay, that's the Carter hydroelectric dam, so... Oh! Huh. That's interesting. I don't know what that cave is. I am guessing that is a bear cave. This... Oh, is it? This one takes you back to... No, this one takes you back to Milton, doesn't it? That one takes you back to Milton. Yep. Yes, it does. So that takes you back to Milton. That, I presume, is a bear. That one, I presume, is a bear cave. Yeah, there's the lookout, and there is radio tower. It says destroyed lookout there. I can just see it. Yeah, that's I know where that climb is. I haven't been up one of those. Ooh, I should have gone after the green maple sapling. When was I up there that I managed to see that? Don't know. Yeah, you'll have to excuse me. It is now technically too late for me to go anywhere particularly interesting today. So you're just going to have to live with me for that. Sorry about that. But I could make for Broken Railroad. I could definitely do that. Couldn't I? Go straight across the Forlorn Muskeg, head for the Broken Railroad. I won't bother taking the travois. It's not. Is there anything useful at Broken Railroad? Don't know. Don't remember. I mean, I think there's a forge there. There's the hunting lodge. Yeah, I can't take the travois there. Even if I could get down here, so I would have to do this the old-fashioned way and hope I can get food. There's a hunting lodge there, up here, I think. I might do that. That might be worthwhile. I am curious about the bear here, though. Okay, Broken Railroad. Let's take a look at that, I think. Not now, obviously. Trying to think. I should be able to make it in a day. Major risk there is wolves in the... Well, there's always the major risk, isn't it? But in the maintenance shed there are wolves. There are wolves on the way to the Hunter's Lodge. Hunter's Lodge is actually a nice spot, if you don't mind the wolves on the lake. Trying to remember, does the Hunter's Lodge have a 6-top stove? Let's get this meat cooked up. And, oh no. Yes, what am I after?
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Yeah, let's do a bit of quick cooking. Cooking and water, because I keep saying that. No, I got how much? I think I've got 7 litres outside, but
not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
Wolf a day keeps the starvation at bay. Ah. Now we were going to cook up some meat flavoured water. Ooh, how delightful. Anybody interested in potable water laced with wolf fat? Ugh. Still, I suppose if you were thirsty enough, you wouldn't worry too much about it.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
So, now I need water. Because I've been coasting on stuff, haven't I?
It's starting to weigh me down.
What, you only just realised that? Yes, whoa, I think 9 litres is a little excessive. Yes, 9 litres of water, just a little bit excessive. Now, hang on a second, I just need to check something. All good. Oh, I'm so sorry. Pardon my coffee belch. Do apologise. Disgusting habit. Ooh. Oh, okay. Huh. Alright. I've never done this. I just didn't feel like, I've been meaning to move him for ages, and finally got around to it. Oh, you can repair these things. Never actually done anything with those. What else did it have on him? Oh, yeah. And I did need to... repair my balaclava. Okay, that needs repairing. That's alright. That's okay, that's okay. That's alright. And that. Repair those. I could wait until it's a bit lower than decent, but those are new and those are fixed. Okay. This is coffee, isn't it? Yes. Apparently there's a camera somewhere that you can use that with, but I mean it strikes me as being, well, yeah, not I don't. If I want to take a screenshot of the game, I'll take a screenshot of the game.
You might have to drop some gear.
Ah, well, not going anywhere in this, I can tell you. Sorry. I cannot be persuaded. I have had quite enough of blizzards, frankly. I do not feel like... Yeah. It's one thing to get caught out in a blizzard, or one thing to have to move during a blizzard, but this, no. No, sorry. Not happening. Not even for entertainment purposes. And I just realised, I wonder what my... Okay, we're all good there. Yeah. I ought to be limping, to be honest with you, if I hurt my toes like that. Of course, what they didn't show is that in likelihood he probably had to amputate those toes. I'm so glad they didn't insist that you do that.
Wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Ralph Fiennes tells a story about getting frostbite from one of his expeditions. That wasn't fun for him. Oh, I'm still carrying firewood. I thought I dropped it. Obviously not. That's still okay. One thing I learned from Wintermute was this can get ruined. At some point during my sojourn in, again, it would be the Forlorn Muskeg in Wintermute, was that I managed to ruin my bedroll and had to basically take the chance that I could get around the lake, around the Forlorn Muskeg, to the last radio tower, which involved fighting off the bear again. Having done that, then make my way back to the railroad across the ice, which I miraculously did without falling through, and then thought I was going to head back to Mystery Lake, at which point I got attacked by the bear. And what happened after that, you'll either have to wait till next weekend or go review the live stream, my last Wintermute live stream. So, just saying. And the reason I'm keeping this on me is because if I drop it somewhere, there's a very good chance I'll forget it. And I went to all the trouble of getting them and using them. Why did I bring them with me? Oh, I thought I might have the opportunity to make a woodworking bench so that I could make another dry curing, meat curing box. And if I had enough salt here, that's what I would do. But I don't know. Is there salt available in Mystery Lake? I don't know. Where's my spare balaclava? I thought I had 2 balaclavas. Did I drop it? Oh, I did drop it, didn't I? Oh. Good morning, Anna. How are you doing this morning? Beatsy. Beatsy? Who named somebody Beatsy? Beatsy and I came up this way in the summers when we were knock-kneed goofy kids. We fished and played with swords made out of sticks, wove leaky baskets from the reeds. You could row across the lake. Those little cabins at the far end where the tourists came and fished, hunted the deer and had their parties. We stood behind the counter and watched Dad welcome them, look at the guest book and read the names. When the summer was nearing its end and the cattails turned to fluff, we blew our wishes to the sky, always to come back. Always. I guess they didn't. Yeah, I'm dithering, Anna. Oh, and for the technically minded, and I've repeated this before. So,
Too much stuff to carry.
after the crashes yesterday, I remembered what my son had said about not necessarily running the Linux version of a game on Linux. He said that often, or sometimes, depending on whatever, it's actually better to run the Windows version of a game through Proton. So today I checked and I found out I was in fact running the Linux version of the Long Dark. So I switched over, and at least in terms of performance at the graphic settings that I have, which is maxed out, the Windows version running through Proton is much better than the Linux version, so that's what I'm running. I also heard that the Linux version was not recommended by some people because of issues. I also heard through a commenter, what was her name? Fairy Dust 86, I think, that in fact she had problems running the game with some of her saves, some or all, and that apparently this is a thing. Yep. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I understand though. Anna, if you want to share, that's fine. Just remember there are 23 people watching right now. That's all I'll say about it. I'm alright. Worried about my son, to be honest, but that almost seems to be a regular thing now. What can I do? Water I have in quantity. At some point I'll need to sort those out. It's yeah, I say just teenage stuff, high school.
I'm gonna have to leave something behind.
Trying to get him through that. What can I do with a cured moose hide? This is new. I don't remember some of this stuff. Dear civilian corps members, as discussed at our last meeting, we're pleased with how many volunteers have stepped up to host a radio for our new emergency network plan. As of tomorrow, we'll have civilian broadcast capability from nearly every community on Great Bear. We're confident that this will give us good coverage for enabling two-way emergency transmissions from the coast all the way to the far territory. If you are near one of these locations and would like to volunteer for a shift monitoring the radios, please see the officer corps in your locale about signing up. With tremors increasing, building a durable radio network could make all the difference when the big one hits. With gratitude, Jen Whitney, Executive Officer. Yes, my moose hide coat doesn't need repairing. And my bag doesn't need repairing. In fact, you can repair the bag with leather, so you don't need moose hide to repair the bag. At least the last time I checked I didn't. Now that I've said that, yeah, repair. I just need cured leather. And the cloak is fine. I need a bear though to I need the bear to fix that, and I do need an entire cured black bear hide. And I'm going to say, in principle, I think there are bears in Mystery Lake. In practice, where's the last place I saw a bear? Oh yes, Forlorn Muskeg, I think. Oh yeah, that was the one that was no. Where's the nearest bear? Well, I think there's one on the lake, except that I've never seen one. There isn't one in the ravine, so it's back to the coastal highway. or Bleak Inlet. So I am actually pondering where to go next. I think I might have decided that starting tomorrow I might gallop across the Forlorn Muskeg and go to Broken Railroad. I've had it with the Forlorn Muskeg. It's a horrible place. I don't want anything to do with it. Yeah, I've never actually seen the bear here. I think I found 2 bear caves. I mean, there's a cave up there, and there's a cave over here. So this one looks like, I think it was Bubba said that it spawns over here. Yeah, I did have idle thoughts about trying to survive there. Forget it. I've had enough. Not doing it. Nope. 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 Niet. Non. Nine. Niet. But Broken Highway, that might be fun. Head for the Hunter's Lodge thing. I think I might do that. You know, just gallop across the Forlorn Muskeg as fast as I can. Except that I can't count on Methuselah being by the campfire. And I won't take the travois because I couldn't get it. I couldn't get it to the maintenance shed anyway. But I will unload some of the stuff on that. Oh, but one thing I was saying, yeah, performance. Yeah, this has got, I've got the graphics turned up to absolute maximum, higher than I had on the Linux version. On the Linux version, I think I had filtering turned off, and I didn't have anti-aliasing turned on, and I could run 110 frames a second. Right. This has got everything turned on, and earlier, because of twitchiness, it decided it was going to run at 144 frames a second. So if you are running a Linux box, don't run the Linux version of the Long Dark. Run the Windows version under Proton. It seems to work better, and it does see. It also allowed me to set the frame rate. I was able to set a frame cap, and the result is everything seems a lot smoother because the frame rate is more or less consistent, give or take a frame. So, you know, I just wish I'd known this before. Let's go and see whether... Yeah. The other thing is, and I need to test it, I got a suspicion the screen tearing that I was getting, if I try to run at 60 frames a second by forcing the vertical the refresh rate, the screen would tear under the Linux version. I'm running at 60 frames a second now, and the screen isn't tearing. Now, I haven't tried it yet with by setting the monitor to 60 Hz, but I got a suspicion it might actually work just fine. Let's stick our nose out over here. As to be said, as much time as I've spent here, I've never seen the bear. And yeah, Bubba led me to believe that it spawns off down there near the Carter hydroelectric dam, and given that that's where the cave is, that sounds reasonable. Anybody remember how many wolves I've killed today? Was it 1 or 2? Yeah, I don't want to kill any more wolves. I feel like a butcher doing it. Well, yeah. We're coming up to the point where I need to start thinking about lunch, I'm afraid. What, this little island here? Or that little island there? There's ptarmigan down that way. Let's see if we can do our usual and thread the needle. I just want to see it at this point. Sorry about that. The problem is there's no great time to accommodate everybody. This particular time is good for me. And oh, great. Hang on a second. Oh, hang on a moment. I have to check this. Give me a moment, people. Oh, it's okay. Alright. I just had to check messages there. I just want an idea of where it goes. Because there's a great place to ambush the bear. In fact, any one of these huts would be great for an ambush. Yeah, it's alright. I'm gonna head back to a decent save point and bring it all to an end. Don't start fussing, Mr. Wolf. It never ends well. So I will start my goodbyes now. Thank you everybody for watching. I'm sorry it wasn't more exciting today. I'll try and make up for that tomorrow by galloping across Forlorn Muskeg. Yeah. Yeah, as I say, I'll try and make it more interesting tomorrow. Perhaps I'll die in Forlorn Muskeg. It seems dead set on trying to kill Mackenzie. Let's give it another shot tomorrow. Except that I'm not going to go exploring. See if we can't make our way to the broken railroad. Don't do it. So, for the new people who are watching, I will be streaming again tomorrow at 9 o'clock Greenwich Mean Time. Please leave a like. Subscribe if you are so inclined. Well, Forlorn Muskeg has nearly killed me twice, once in Wintermute and when I got frostbite. I hope you all have a good day. And if you've been watching for more than 10 minutes and you are not a subscriber, why haven't you subscribed? What have I done to deserve that? And the moose might respawn tomorrow. Oh, that would be fun. Thank you. I appreciate that. Anyway, I'm off to lunch. Everyone have a good day. Be kind to your fellow human beings. And I will see you all next time.